All right, so this is my first time doing a recording. I'm Dennis. I am doing this thing called D&D Roll For It. It's a new project of mine. So this will be kind of an intro video to show you guys a bit about what's been going on thus far, some of the stuff I'm building out, and yeah. So I just want to show you guys real quick. If you go on YouTube, that's where you're watching me right now. So you're there. Hit that subscribe button. Give it a like. Follow my content, even if it's not that great. Give me some love. I'm building out a website right now on Wix, so that we can have some blogs and some community action. And if that's not enough for you, I've also got a Facebook community called D&D Roll For It Community. So check it out. I've already got a couple members, and yes, one of them is my own account. So one of two is me. And then this is my Facebook profile, D&D Roll For It. So please go check those out, like them, subscribe to YouTube. I'm also going to be on Spotify pretty soon. But this YouTube channel is going to be more to show some tutorials, some of my the work I put in the back end to make sure my campaign's ready to go for game night, which is tonight. So about 15 minutes away from that. So I want to show you guys a little bit of what I've got prepared and what we're working on. But what I always like to do is pull up, and I use D&D Beyond because they have great tool sets for encounters, for character building, and it's just a really good, I think, introduction into D&D because it's so user-friendly. I've played some Pathfinder, and that's a lot of fun as well. There are a lot more nuances and intricacies to it. So as a new player, it can be a little tougher to play for the first time. So I definitely recommend D&D Beyond. However, if you're a fan of TTRPG and you like that kind of stuff, then definitely go for it. It's an awesome platform as well. And I'm going to be, not going to really favor any one system versus another, just because I'm not sponsored. Maybe in the future I will have to favor one, but I'm going to be pretty honest about my decisions and why I do them. So I do have a campaign set up as a dungeon master, and these are all the players who originally kind of created characters and wanted to participate. And we have 6 that are actively playing, as well as my guy Castix, the Kobold Artificer. So I share all my content with my group. That way they have all my resources and assets, like books, that hold, all the different races, classes, and everything. So this is my list of encounters just for this campaign. There's a handful of them. It's really not a ton. But in order to keep myself organized, I do have this awesome doc right here that I always have up as well so that I can keep track of exactly what's going on. Here on the left is kind of organized, so I can jump to it real quick and jump back and forth if I need to go to backstories and stuff, have it pretty organized. Now, it doesn't always go that way, so sometimes I do have to go off track depending on how the players want to go about their day. And that's totally all right. You got to be pretty flexible as a DM. But I do try to keep it pretty organized so that when, I have an opportunity to get them back on the campaign quests or whatever else that I had planned, that I can start scooting those in there, backstory, plot twist, whatever else. So tonight I'm hoping we can run through a few of these encounters, and get through a dungeon. But that's basically it. So I wanted to kind of introduce that. It's a bit of a backstory. Here's a battle map I got open, and I'll kind of walk through. And I'm really going to go into detail for each program that I use and why I use it, as well as how I prep my campaigns. This is really my first deep dive as a dungeon master with an actual group that's a pretty decent size. So it'll be fun to kind of talk about my experience as DM, but I've played for a long time, and my experience as a player could be a bit more valuable, I think, for you newer or even returning players who just want to kind of revamp your style or get some ideas. So as you can see, we've got some gargoyles, we've got our party here, we've got, and I want to do an episode where they can introduce themselves, but we've got Pax, the Tabaxi rogue, Carver, who is a human rogue. We've got oh my gosh, his name is slipping my mind right now. Crimson Arc. We've got a paladin there. You got Vin Diesel, and he's a dragonborn paladin. We have Bo, who is our cleric, and then Edwin, our wizard. This is Edwin's spellbook because he's got a crazy cool subclass. So up until this point, everyone's level 6, I believe, at this point. So you guys are kind of jumping in as we have already made some progress. But we've come pretty far, and I'm playing inside the Faerun world, the Sword Coast specifically. So we're actually in the Wood of Sharp Teeth right now. The team was out in El Terrell. They visited Fort Morning Lord, and they're on the way to Baldur's Gate right now. So for all of you folks who are fans of Baldur's Gate, we're going to see some action coming up probably in the next few episodes. And I played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 as well as Neverwinter Nights, which really is kind of the root of my my fandom. I want to say obsession, but I'm not that obsessed. Just a fan of TTRPG. And my brother Chris, he'll jump on these videos and sometimes these podcasts with me, and we'll talk a bit about our experience. I mean, he would make games for me when we were just kids, and he'd roll out a plastic battle map, and he'd draw up scenes, and we'd use our imagination and play them out, and it was a lot of fun. And we used to do that when we were kids, so it's cool still willing to play with him. He's playing Edwin, and normally he's our go-to dungeon master, but I wanted to take the wheel. I wanted to give him a shot at being a player again because it's been a while. So he's going to have some really valuable insight as a DM, as well as being a player and kind of crossing that bridge. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now. They're exploring this ruin here from people long ago. These gargoyles were enchanted to guard this ruin, so they had a little encounter here. But the reason they're here is because a night hag has taken her lair in the basement of this ruin. So they're about to go in and explore it, and we're going to see what happens tonight. So check out my podcast, and I'll do a little analysis on it on YouTube as well. And yeah, just stay tuned. Like I said, please subscribe, give us some likes, comments. I want to hear about your experiences as well, and maybe I'll incorporate some of your ideas into my own games. So it'd be pretty fun to hear from you. But thanks.